uniforms. All 8 teams with fresh jerseys for Throwback Weekend. And the Hall of Fame head coach Bill Tierney previewed our face-off matchup tonight. 2 rookies, Alec Stathakis from Denver, Luke Wierman from Maryland. We are underway in Fairfield. Philadelphia Waterdogs in purple, the Denver Outlaws in white and orange. And our first flag, 10 seconds into the opening quarter.
Outlaw foul number 34, 30-second technical hold.
Matty on that roll block is that stutter step to get underneath, and I think that he's playing to the scout there.
Perfect complementary moves there.
Wierman stays with it, wins it for Outlaws. Piscino goes right to goal, snuffed well by Dylan Ward. And now the Waterdogs could look for something in transition.
Team right away is off-ball play, and you saw it right there, but also as a mental coach on the field for these young guys like Dalton Young and Brennan O'Neill.
Get us organized, right? Get us in the right shape, get us in the right schemes, and who's going, right? Get us organized and then constantly move without the ball. Point in case right there. Johnny on the spot, right on the crease. First slide came, there wasn't a second slide, and he buried it.
You know, I think the biggest misconception, Ryan, in the sport of lacrosse is that your quarterback or your facilitator, Tierney, at Denver in the Pioneers, went to Final Fours and championship weekends with him. And then his pro career, that's the franchise you think the most of when you think of the name Eric Law.
He's still involved now professionally, giving back to the community within Denver. And
coaching in the area.
Not only did he play for Denver, he wore the C.
Yes.
He wore the C. He was the captain.
And they have gotten a big boost from Law. That is Dalton Young, the rookie from Richmond. He assisted Law's opening goal. He's come out very strong in this opening quarter.
You know, he was an attackman at Richmond and played a lot on goal line extended. You see him behind the cage at times. Now he's playing midfield, and he comes out of the box right away. You know, it's interesting. Ryan said Sam Hanley came out of the box so late. Dalton Young did the opposite on that possession. And you saw that he was like basically a freight train going downhill and able to create his own offense because he had that jump.
I'm also wondering, and maybe Dana can provide some intel, this setting sun is definitely going right in the eyes of Dylan Ward. I wouldn't be surprised. If I'm Denver, I'm kind of shooting a 2-ball, kind of using the sun as a distraction.
And RB, this is a team that is not shy to let it fly. They lead the PLL in shots per game with 46, so you know they've got the green light.
Yeah, RB, to your point, I actually spoke to
different cylinders.
Wierman's won the last 4 face-offs. Not going to get this one, though.
He's going to be a problem in this league. Watching his emergence in the early stages of his rookie year, he kind of checks every. Not a tough matchup with JT Giles Harris. He's still going to get involved and find his production. He's got those 2 assists. JT Giles Harris held Connor Schellenberger to 1 assist last game out in that first half. Michael Sowers is brilliant in finding ways to make his presence felt.
Well, he's also not letting his ego get involved, and he's setting a pick to get other matchups. Like, you don't need to go toe-to-toe with John college to pro game. You know, one thing he told to us is, like, there wasn't time to, like, get in the flow or, like, wait for the ball or let it come to you.
Great save, Ward, to fend off the scoop and potential score from Wierman.
You know, Sowers is basically, I feel like I got to insert myself for the game immediately.
Guy, now you insert Schlosser into the mix. It just opens up things even more from a dodging perspective.
You could see it. You could see the emotion in that huddle. Those handshakes and hugs just felt a little bit different. They looked a little bit different.
In August 2000, 2 years ago, won the game for the Waterdogs on this very field against this very team. They were called Chrome then.
But Jay,
he loves playing here.
Yeah, he does. He took over this weekend 2 years ago. When you're an offensive player and you're working in that 4-man rotation, if you're not in that 4-man rotation, when you're a higher shield on an early substitution, this time from the wing, that's his natural habitat as an attackman in college playing for Dan Shamati at Richmond. That's typically where he made all of his plays.
Here's Courier. Through contact, Absorbs the hit, goes down, keeps the ball. They say it was a clean hit.
I thought there might have been a slash in there. 5-on-5, a lot of green.
10 seconds to shoot. High heat.
Some of the best players in the world are out of here growing up right now, so they're having some fun. I'm fortunate to coach some of them, so got a great area for lacrosse players that love
Well,
the
you're
game.
one of the best shooters we've ever seen, so keep it up.
Thanks, Carter.
Connor Kelly, great access under the helmet, powered by Cash App, powering the athletes under the helmet.
Tim Sudan, when he caught up with Dana Boyle, he was clear about what's going wrong with this team in terms of their offense, RB.
I think McElroy really kept him in this game.
Yeah.
Like,
without him, they're in trouble. McElroy, and then they had the two ball. Outside of those two components, they're strong.
that high left wing, when he goes underneath, he gives himself a lot of options.
When you go early, you take out Philly's ability to support the matchup, right? When it's deeper into a shot clock, everyone knows he's going to the goal. They have the slide held by Brown when he would shoot from the outside because it's catch, and in one motion it's swoop into shot. It's a beautiful, beautiful stroke. And Graham Bundy is a volume shooter. When he gets going, he gets confidence. I saw him in a quarterfinal game.
You saw it in earlier possession. It went back to Law, and he's like, no, we're going to O'Neal. And you saw it again on that. Like, I could drive, I could take my guy, but no, you take it.
Under the helmet, powered by Cash App. Great insight to overturn it.
They're not challenging it.
This guy during the break saying he has to have the discipline with his feet. I'm like, how are you thinking about that at that moment?
You don't make it even a question. Don't make it a matter of being that close. Make it clear.
Now, the rookie from Georgetown has shown that he's got a flamethrower. 102-mile-an-hour shot, that one from 96. Kelly,
We've had a couple close ones.
And that's Philly's first goal of this third quarter. They led at halftime 7-5. Denver has dominated the third. Maybe that Brandow goal can breed some.
Say 1988's old school, right?
Sure.
We're in 2024.
Yes.
He did it twice in a game. It was the first time the sport of lacrosse had ever seen it. He did it twice in the national semifinals against John Canaris, who was in goal for UPenn. It took the lacrosse world by storm, in total shock. And honestly, when you watch that shot clock or you look at it, it tells me one thing. This guy is not afraid to get to pay dirt. I mean, he shoots in contact zones, right in front of the cage, where there's double teams, there's always hits. He is tough as nails.
3 goals in 72 seconds to tie this game at 10. Yeah, this is trending to a fun finish of the fourth quarter. Waterdogs win the face-off. Denver still battling, though. Really long face-off battle. The shot clock already down to 20. Courier fakes the pass.
The puzzle, but Dalton Young is really making a claim in terms of being an every week kind of guy.
Stamp it. I mean, you look at his path, too. So he played for Dan Schmatti in Richmond. Richmond plays a big boy schedule, and he was the #1 player on that team who got the top defensive player every single matchup. They play Virginia in the regular season. They play Duke. They play Maryland. He's used to playing against top-level talent.
Trying to get an immediate answer, kept out.
McElroy has made some fantastic saves in tight.
He has.
12 saves total.
To switch, all eyes, the defense are on him, and he throws that beautiful skip. And I love that Bundy backed up. He backed up to get himself set in 2-point range.
Well, he heard you bashing him from the press box.
How about Denver's rookies tonight? Bundy, O'Neal leading the way, Dalton Young as well. They've got 12 of the 13 scores and a 3-goal lead. 1-5 on the season. This is a team that's been to the championship game 2 years in a row. RB, they need a big fourth quarter here.
Yeah, and especially in the East, right? You look at the standings in the East. Obviously, the Atlas, the top of the heap, Cannon's right behind there, and the Whipsnakes have got 2 wins. so far on the season.
He gets to that high wing area. That's where he has his options. We saw him go underneath from that spot. This time he went over the top. He's at his best when he's dodging, depending on what side of the field, at 10 spatial awareness, which Grill did.
And he tries to get a hold on there, but being off balance, Sauer's just able to run right through that.
Don't go anywhere here. We've seen Connor Kelly on this home turf do some interesting things.
Very similar to the game here 2 years ago. The Outlaws were chrome at the time. Kelly willed the Waterdogs, who were
well over the line, but it shows you how much torque he had in that shot, because he sets his feet and then he carries that foot over the line because of so much torque and hip rotation.
3 points in 70 seconds for Philly.
Told you don't go anywhere.
What was a 4-point Denver lead is down to 1.
That's
and
a good timeout
taken by Bill Tierney in Philadelphia. Big face-off here. Alec Stathakis is trying to dig it out for the Dogs. He had the clamp, but Wierman battled back. Battle for the ball won by the rookie from Maryland, Wierman. Each team with 1 timeout.
I would have used my timeout there if I was Denver.
Wierman's been massive in fourth quarters against the Archers in that comeback